I'll say it again. When will this end?
Prepare yourself, 10 Saiyan.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss an upload. These are today's hashtag end of video squad winners. If you would like to participate, make sure to watch till the very end of the video. Then drop a comment with the hashtag end of video squad for a chance to be featured in my next video. I'm going to make this straight right out of the gate, make it clear. I do not have a problem with games getting further support years after they've launched. A lot of games go into a golden age right after they launch because when they launch they are very bare bones or they have a lot of faults to them, and after years of development and support they are much better games, if not some of the greatest games we've ever played. Although I do think that every game should come out of the gate when it first drops swinging. I just wanted to make that clear. So when I tell you that we need to stop Xenoverse 2 DLCs, you know that I actually don't really care or have a problem with other games doing it, but Xenoverse I do have an issue with because Xenoverse is pumping out characters every year for the past couple years, and they're not changing some of the major problems that the actual game has. They're just adding these characters that you know for a fact are all going to be in Xenoverse 3. Similar to how Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had every single character, all the characters you are paying for right now for 2, they're going to be in Xenoverse 3. They're milking the shit out of this game, and I'm telling you right now, they don't have your best interests at heart. That's why when I posted this on Twitter, I really meant it. Not only do I dislike Majub in general, because he's a pointless transformation, didn't do anything in the anime, and just was a waste. Oob was a waste, actually, in Dragon Ball GT. When he was really badass was at the end of Dragon Ball Z when Goku scouted him. Honestly, if you wanted to put that Oob in the game, then I would have been perfectly fine with it. Hell, put him in Dragon Ball FighterZ, I don't care. But Majub did not earn this spot, and he is just a bad character to put in here. But if you have to put Dragon Ball characters into this game, then think outside the box. If you're going to be supporting Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for the next 10 years before Xenoverse 3 drops, drop some interesting characters. I'm tired of them just adding these random ass characters like Android 13 that isn't even in his full-blown second evolutionary form. Like, these characters have some problems. They dropped Jiren, and Jiren was one of the most disappointing characters that I've ever seen drop in a game. He is a powerhouse in the anime, and he can barely land a hit in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
I don't ever want to see you here again.
Huh? The fight hasn't yet begun. Give me a reason to fight.
So in this post on Twitter, I said that Majub is just a waste for this game. Personally, for me, I think adding more content to this game is a waste, and just drop Xenoverse 3. Because you know for a fact that that game is more than likely either in development, it's going to come out soon, and again, all these things you're paying for, they're going to be in that game, and that game is going to be better than Xenoverse 2. Hopefully. But if you're going to add characters to Xenoverse 2, again, think outside the box. There are other characters you can add. One person I put in there, even though it's a huge long shot, put Xicor in there. Xicor is the main villain from Dragon Ball AF. Now, you may think it's a long shot. I think that it's plausible, mainly because they had what-if characters and what-if fights in past Dragon Ball games. So it's not a stretch to think that Xicor would be a character that is fan-made that could make it into this game. Hell, Toyotaro, the creator of the Moro arc, the mind behind Moro, and the one that is spearheading the Dragon Ball Super manga, and I would say spearheaded the movement of Dragon Ball fan mangas, he created Xicor. So if anything, Xicor has a real good shot of making it into an official game. But as soon as I said this, all of a sudden Dragon Ball fan manga characters are lame. Well, mainly Xicor. Xicor got a lot of hate in a lot of these posts. Somebody said they'd rather have Ginyu Frog. They'd rather play as Ginyu Frog than play as Xicor. Okay, Xicor may not be the best villain like in Dragon Ball fan mangas like at all. His story arc is really not interesting at all. And there are other characters, canon and non-canon, that have done a similar story arc better, such as Goku Black or Rigger from Dragon Ball New Age. But that's not the point. This, I would say, is one of the most iconic Dragon Ball fan manga characters, and that is the reason that I said that he would deserve a spot in the game, even if you don't like his design, and his design is sort of weak. Still, he's extremely iconic and he would be really cool in the game. That's just my personal opinion. So I made this poll, and you guys are already late to vote on this poll, but it seems like the Majube stands came out of nowhere and they started supporting it. But I have you guys, I got you guys. I made a new poll on the community tab. Make sure to go to it and vote on a whole bunch of different characters that I think would be really cool to add in Xenoverse. And I'm not even looking at just Dragon Ball fan mangas. I have Hearts, which is a character that I think looks better in his trench coat form. Yeah, he is the main villain of Dragon Ball Heroes right now, and he's got some of the most interesting abilities that I've ever seen in Dragon Ball. He would be a really cool character to see. Shallot is another fan favorite. There are more characters to add than just adding the same ones that we've seen over and over, and ones that are just really weak like Majube. Now I want to finish this off because I know by the time you guys get to this point of the video, you guys are going to be saying that I hate Xenoverse 2, and that is not the case. Actually, scratch that. I loved Xenoverse 1. You could create your own character, you're playing a different story, it felt very much like Budokai Tenkaichi, it was a lot of fun. Then, very shortly after, Xenoverse 2 came out. It didn't really improve too much on Xenoverse 1, but it added more characters, it had a really cool story, but the biggest drawback, the main gripe that I have, is that Xenoverse 1 let you create as many characters as you wanted without restarting the story, so you could really delve into the story with any of your fan-created characters. I had like 6 or 7, or whatever the limit was. In Xenoverse 2, you have to restart the story every time you want to create a new character. That is just ridiculous. That is just extremely shitty to do to force replayability. Actually, it hinders it. I only made like 2 characters in that game. One of them I beat, and this may be just a saltiness point from my point of view, or from my circumstances, but one of my sons accidentally deleted my character that had everything already unlocked, a bunch of DLC content. He deleted that character, so I had to start from scratch, and I was missing every single character in the roster. I couldn't fly around the hub world, and I still had all the DLC characters that I paid for, but still, it felt empty without the characters that I had earned before, and deleting a main character brings you right back to the very beginning. To me, that makes an extremely boring game. And I'm hoping that Xenoverse 3 corrects this, but it may not. Anyway guys, if you got to this point of the video, let me know which character you voted on in the community tab. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you go vote on the community tab because I put a lot of effort and thought into that poll. Don't leave me hanging. Go ahead and vote. If you got to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag end of video squad. Give yourselves a pat on the back, helping me out. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to be responding to Ibrahim Hussein. I think Miris might be one of the angels from one of the universes that were originally erased, taking refuge in Universe 7, or he could have broken one of the laws of the angels. I think absolutely he broke a law of the angels, but I do think that he could be from one of those universes if Toyotaro remembers that those universes exist. I think he does. I think he's a huge Dragon Ball fan, so this makes the most amount of sense. and I want to thank you for your comment. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.